My name is Louise, and in this video I'll be talking about the recent changes to the Australian Skilled Visa. As of the 18th of March 2018, the Australian government decided to scrap the 457 temporary work skill visa. Many Australians felt that the process for foreign applicants was too easy, and positions for skilled jobs were being filled by overseas workers without giving Australians priority. It was also seen as an easy gateway to permanent residency in Australia, which put pressure on the Australian government by the Australian people. To solve this issue, the government issued a new subclass of skilled visa called the Temporary Skill Shortage, or TSS, Subclass 482 visa. The Subclass 482, or TSS visa, is not an easy visa to obtain. A business that sponsors the applicant must be able to provide evidence to prove that there were no Australians skilled enough to do that job. The change itself also affected the skilled occupations list. The skilled occupations list was originally intended for the subclass 457 visa, and that subclass of visa no longer exists. The list itself is split into two types, short-term and medium-term. The TSS visa allows skilled workers to come to Australia and work for an approved business in an approved occupation from the occupation list for up to 4 years, or even 5 years in exceptional cases. There are 3 steps involved when applying for the TSS visa, subclass 482. First, you must find an approved business that is willing to sponsor you. For your employer to become a standard business sponsor, they have to be a lawfully operating business and have no relevant adverse information about them. For example, they could never have been insolvent in the past. They must also prove that they have been loyal to the Australian workforce and have employed many Australians before you. They must prove that they mainly rely on local labour and that hiring you is an exception. The sponsorship status for the business is in place for 5 years only before the company has to renew it. Step 2. If your employer is approved as a sponsor, they can then apply to nominate you for the role. For this, they have to provide documentation around your working circumstances and environment, for example, your contract of employment, your working hours and your salary. They must also explain why they have hired you, for example, your skill set, qualifications and experience. Step 3. While the nomination is being processed, you can apply at the same time for your actual 482 TSS visa. TSS visa holders can work in Australia for their nominated occupation for their approved sponsor under one of 3 streams. The short-term stream, this is usually for 2 years, although in exceptional cases it can be up to 4 years. Or the medium-term stream, and this can be up to 4 years, or the labour agreement stream, and this is up to 5 years and must have a labour agreement in place with immigration. To apply for any of the streams, you must be nominated to work in an approved occupation on the skilled occupation list, meet the skill requirements for the nominated occupation, meet registration and licensing obligations, speak vocational English, have at least 2 years relevant work experience, preferably in your actual nominated role. For this, there are some exceptions depending on the industry. For example, some people may be able to use their master's degree in place of work experience. So that's just a brief explanation about the recent changes to the Australian Skilled Visa regulations. If you found this information useful, hit the subscribe button for more videos related to immigration rules in Australia. Or if you would like further information on the new TSS visa, or how to go about each of the steps, please get in touch with us here at Wonderland Consulting by contacting the number or the email displayed on the screen. We are always delighted to help you with any of your queries. See you in the next video.